Hello, this is Godel. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Interactions Remastered. Last time, as I said, I was gonna do some upgrades, so I did do some. So power substation. Um, I added some of these guys. We got energy modules, the ZPM batteries. I put those in a capacitor. So now we have. I just made 9 of them, so we have 9 of these in our PSS now. That increased our power storage by a little over 200 billion EU, which is pretty nice. I'll go down there and show it off in a second. I did upgrade fuel processing as well as our LUV diesel generators. Let's go show it off. So yeah, I added a couple extra diesel generators, as you can see here, and by a couple I mean like maybe I multiplied our diesel generators by 8. Um, so yeah, I just used the copy paste tool and I just made a bunch of them. And copy paste tool doesn't work on tile entities like the controller and the hatches. So I actually put the controller and the hatches and all that fun stuff down before. I also switched over the fuel and coolant delivery system to just regular ender tanks because it's nice to just be able to throw some tanks down and not have to like configure them. Besides dying them, but I died them all like in advance. So that was I feel like it's easier than entering that 8-digit code for the this ender fluid link. It just seemed like annoying. Not like a bad concept, it was just annoying. But yeah, getting our fluid out from here. Right now it's not running at full blast, and it cannot run at full blast because we actually cannot support that much coolant production. Because you might have seen on the list up there, I was not able to update our fusion reactor. I thought we could overclock it just by updating some of the energy hatches on here. So you see I have some ZPM energy hatches here, but it's like, nope, you're still a tier 1 reactor, and tier 1 max EU per tick is 32 point, well, it's 1 amp of LUV, right? So stuck not being able to actually, overclock this recipe, so we're still stuck at the base speed of the recipe. Funny enough, though, I can actually fully accelerate this with time in a bottle. So here you can see now how fast it's generating. And that's able to support the power because we have these very high tier hatches on it, and it's still using a low amount of power, relatively speaking. Just half an amp of, or 2 amps of EV. Half an amp of IV, I guess, is what I was going for. But yeah, anyways, here's our total power storage right now, 283 billion EU. And our peak energy supply when everything runs is 8 million EU per tick, but it kind of bounces between stuff depending on what it needs. I covered this cable up over here because I kept walking into it and it kept killing me from electrocution because that's an uncovered wire there. Anyways, over here I replaced the 2 chemical reactors, the one that was making the cetane oil. Or wait, I replaced more than just that. So I replaced the chemical reactor that was making the nitro diesel, and then everything else that was being done in the mixers, I moved that up to our multi-block mixer. And we don't currently have any raw oil, actually. Our raw oil is empty, but we might work on fixing that if I feel like it's necessary. Right now, we still have 77,000 buckets of nitro diesel, so once this gets low, we're probably going to look into it. Or maybe we'll just look into it this episode. I don't know. I'll see. However, for this episode, I have made a set of new components here for our HPCA. So we now have 2 advanced computation components, which gives us a computation of 32. And then to cool those off, we're using 2 of these active cooling, which use the coolant fluid that's supplied by our AE system. So those use coolant fluid that gives 4 cooling, and then 4 heatsink components also give 4 cooling. So that cools both of those components. And then we also have a bridge component, which is what we're going to need to hook this up to a network switch. And I believe we can actually make the network switch research now. I think it is, oh yeah, it's actually this one. It is, you put a fiber optic cable into the research station. So let me make one of those really quick. That should craft super quickly. Yep. And then throw that in there. Oh, we need a data orb as well. And let that be on its way. So this should be... why is it not running? Try this again. Maybe it doesn't have enough power over here. Let's see. This needs 2 amps of UV power or ZPM power. What do we have back here? Yeah, no, that should be enough, right? That'd be 4 amps of ZPM that it can take. Why are you not working here? Let me see, flipping the switch here. Doesn't seem to want to do this research here. Hold on, does this go in a data orb? It does go in a data orb, okay. Optical fiber cable, yep. Oh, what about our tier? Okay, here's our problem. Our tier of our research station hatch here isn't high enough. Alright, we can fix that, no problem. ZPM energy hatch. I only have 4 amp one, so there you go. Alright, and I can do UV tier power. Alright, let's do it. Alright, there it goes. So 128,000 CWU at 32 per tick. That's going to take a while, so we'll come back later once that's done processing. Okay, and then the other thing I did some major changes to was the assembly line refactor. So when I was making the LUV diesel generators, I have a set for making LUV diesel generator, right? So I had just requested 12 of them, or not 12 of them, 14 of them, right? And we're out of tungsten now. Great, I should go get some more tungsten. Anyways, when I requested this, what I found happened was that to make this request here, it needs to make... Here we go. It needs to make LUV dynamo hatches. And what happened is dynamo hatch has this recipe, and then energy hatch has this recipe. And you can see it's like almost the identical same recipe. So what happened is the cables from a different recipe got in the assembly line, and then it stole the rest of the components from the dynamo, and it made an energy hatch instead of a dynamo hatch, and I was just left with a leftover spring, and I was like, cool. So I wanted to set up a blocking mode for the assembly lines, and I did that by using what's called subnetwork. Subnetwork. Does this have a specific name? I don't know if this has a specific name, but it's like subnetwork automation, where I take, here's my interface terminal, right? This is the one that's delivering the pattern into the assembly line. So the recipe comes in here, and it goes into this dual interface. The dual interface puts the fluids in the fluid storage bus, so that goes into the quadruple input hatch, and then it puts the items into this storage bus. This storage bus over here is another ME interface, and then that goes and that puts items in all of the input buses here. And then these little subnetworks, they have a limit of 8 channels. So when it gets to the last channel, I put another storage bus into another interface and then did 7 more channels. And that's how that did all of our input buses that way. And the reason I didn't use controllers is because ME controller is annoying to make. You have to do like miniaturization, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this 4 times for each one, so I just did this much sloppier looking method. Anyways, and then the item pops out here, the input bus, that goes back. I didn't change that part. I only changed the input. So when this is set to blocking mode, it does actually check that if there's any network in any item in this network or any nested networks. So the network has to be completely empty for it to push anything in. So that's how that works. And yeah, I did that for all 4 of my assembly lines. So here's another angle at it. You can see using 16 channels over here and then 3 channels here for this part. So yeah, that was the refactor I did. All right, so today, well, first of all, I want to go get some I want to go get some tungsten because I just saw we were like about to be out. So let's go to Aurelia. I went to Aurelia earlier because I did some mining to get some enriched tungsten. We actually like used up all of our enriched tungsten. Not tungsten, sorry. Enriched naquita, making fuel. So I went and mined a whole bunch of more. All right, let's go ahead and see where we could get some tungstate. So I believe tungstate. We do have tungstate veins in this planet. Here's one over here. We can give that a go. So there's high gravity here, but one thing, nice thing is if you go into elytra mode, the high gravity doesn't apply to you. All right, let's see. So this is in the middle of a dungeon. All right. So I see we've got some blocks here. I'm gonna do something silly here. I'm just gonna make like a hole right here. Oh wait, there's a red matter block here. Great, so I can't actually go in there, huh? Can I mine the red matter block with... I have a red morning star. Does that work? Whoa, that works? No way. This can mine red matter? Oh, and there was mana there, apparently. That's funny. So we can mine red matter block, but I don't think we can do anything with it. Yeah, it's useless. Okay. It's just junk. Let's get out of the way before this molten tungsten mine gets us. Alright, here's our vein over here. Let me go ahead and go to my mining satchel here. Put some items in here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm not going to use this, that mining hammer. It's a good hammer, but, the RegTech IV drill is just, like, so much better. Let me just hop up here so I can get this. I'm not even going to cut out this mining trip because it's going to be so quick. Here, look, I'll even put my red matter block up here so I can use it as a stepping stone. One annoying thing is that if you're not close enough to the bricks, which is a problem with the Astral Sorcery Reach add-on, or Reach perk, where you can reach further blocks, it doesn't actually do like the AoE mining. So that's rather annoying. Are we getting all the ores? Yep. We've got a lot of scheelite here. Alright, that is looking good. Let me pick up these drops from all over the place, and... Alright, we got 1,000 scheelite, 300 tungsten. That should be enough, and I believe tungsten is one of those things that I put through, like, my hyper processing for ores. So that's going to last us for a good amount of time. Alright, and then to load this up to our system, I just come over here, and I swap my memory card with this one, and it drains my memory card. There it is. It is now processing. Let me see if tungstate crystals are ones that go over here. They do, yes. Okay, good. Let me get these red matter blocks out of my inventory before I have to take a dangerous tool out of my tool belt to mine them. And then these viaducts, I don't want those. Bye. Quick inventory declutter here. Alright. That's okay enough. Okay, so... what I was thinking to do today is we have some core progression to do by means of... We need to get, working on this tab, and one of the things we can work towards is the Infinity Chicken. Infinity Chicken, we can use their eggs to make We can use their eggs to make liquid red matter, which is nice. We can use their eggs to make name air soul, which looks like a wither soul. I'm not worried about that one, but we can use them to make neutronium ingots. This is a pretty nice one here. Neutronium ingots we need for neutronium blocks and some other things. We need it for the infinity catalyst is what we need for infinity ingots. But with the infinity egg, we can actually just make the infinity ingots as well, because we can make infinity, molten infinity, and then we can turn that into ingots with a casting table. What the heck? Whatever. Anyways, we can also get some enriched naquita, some uranium, plutonium, tungsten, osmiridium. Osmiridium is nice from the infernal deconglomerator, though it's kind of a slow recipe, so I wouldn't count on this being a huge source of stuff. It would just be like some freebie stuff. But yeah, we are ready to kind of progress over here. We have the neuro processing units that needs sterilized growth medium, and this stuff's not hard to make, so and we can use those to make the next tier of circuits, which use neuroprocessing units as the circuit board, and then they use the crystal chips as the main chip. There's also this one. I don't know if we're gonna get to UV circuit assembler, but it does exist. Then with that, we can upgrade that into the wetware circuit, the wetware assembly. That's the ZPM tier circuit. Then that we can turn into the we can turn those into data modules. Well, data modules, I don't think we need wetware specifically. Yeah, we can use any ZPM circuit. But where's the step to upgrade this tier to the next tier? Here we go. The wetware supercomputer is another assembly line recipe. So we'll need to research this one. That's a 16 CWT. And then finally, with that, we will have the circuit with which we can make the final tier of circuit, the UHV tier circuit. And I think this is actually required, right? In our in here it's required? I feel like something in here requires the UHV circuit. Oh, this thing requires an ultimate battery, which requires UHV circuits. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be busy doing some stuff. But first, let's do neutronium. So neutronium comes from neutronium nuggets, which come from implosion compressor doing neutronium neutrons, piles of neutrons. And those come from an ender chicken slowly being dissolved in liquid antimatter. Yep. So we're gonna have to do that. So to do this, I think I have something called Illumination Wand. This basically makes like indestructible blocks, so I'm thinking we'll just make a little pool. And then we can stick an ender chicken in there. Ender chicken's like a very nasty creature. They like shoot lasers and they make explosions and stuff. But they'll start taking damage in the pool of antimatter. While they're taking damage, though, they will be dropping piles of neutrons, and that's what ultimately we will want to pick up to get our what's it called? Our tiny piles of neutrons. And I believe you can also only spawn them on Aurelia, so go to the Ender Chicken spawn recipe. Actually, where does it even say? Well, we're gonna need dragon egg, so dragon egg. Let's go ahead and make one of those first. So 8 essence knowledge and then 100 unstable mana. Okay. This is one of the ones that you cannot shift click in here, so I'm just gonna have to manually set this recipe up. Because if I try to click move items, it's not gonna actually work. I think, right? Well, I don't want to do it when I already have put the items in the recipe. And then we need an ender dragon matter. Alright, and this will give us 4 dragon eggs. Alright, and then this goes in Infuser 2. Infuser 2, right? Yes. Okay, so we should just be able to craft some dragon eggs now. Is it working? Yep, okay, it worked. Alright, so we're going to need to do this. We're going to need Devil Dust, which is kind of funny. Shifting Stars, which we should have a few. Worm. Worm? I don't know that we have any of those. Let me go check our Void World if we have any worms over here. I was like, where's our strainers? Wow, it's been so long since we've been here. Is the water still up here? The water is still up here, but there are no worms to be found. Okay, let's go make a strainer really quick. For the worms, they come in this one, right? Survivalist? Yes. And we had some dense nets in there. I think we had 3 strainers set up that were supposed to accept that, so let me just go ahead and throw those up there. And then we can just accelerate them away, I believe. Yep, this should only take a moment. I just want a few worms. There we go, 4 worms. Because I'm thinking to do 4 ender chickens. Okay, and then very carefully, let's get some antimatter. There we go, just casually grab 160 buckets of antimatter. Let me put this in our backpack so we don't somehow catastrophically mess something up. Devil Dust, we need some low covalence dust for. Let me just go make like a stack of it because I keep like needing this stuff just randomly, and then every time I need it, I haven't made any extra. And I'm like, oh no, I need Devil Dust. Let me go over here and throw stuff in a fire. Oh great. Yeah, put a bunch in the fire here. There we go. Not the fire. The pyre. Oh great, the pyre keeps sucking up the items from the fire. Okay, I'm just gonna leave them, and we are gonna grab them once the Devil Dust finishes. Alright. Alright, Devil Dust, Shifting Stars, and then Quantum Eyes. So, Quantum Eyes, 4 of those. And then Shifting Star, 4 of those. The catalyst to start each ritual is the item shown directly above the altar in JEI. This is not the top item. Okay. So I believe Ender Chick. Oh, this makes 3 Ender Chickens, huh? Well, I mean, we might want to fight that many. I don't know. Also, what we're gonna want a altar. Let's go up to our divination, not divination. Astral sorcery. Divination. What game is that from? And then I want a I'm gonna want a ritual for Avitus, because Avitus is going to be able to provide a healing effect to the Ender Chickens, because the Ender Chicken's just going to be like taking dot damage the whole time. So let me go ahead and let me get some marble. Does this use city marble? It does not, just uses a bunch of marble. Okay. Is there marble there? Yep, there is marble there. But I was just making sure it's not ruined marble. Alright, let's get an Avitus crystal. Where's our dragon egg? There it goes. And then, trying to remember why I came up here. Oh, we have a lot of grains of infinity. Let me turn that into compressed infinity. I just, like, make some compressed infinity every now and then. Like, we can't even make a whole stack of those blocks. Here, half a stack is fine. So there you go. Just took 300 stacks of that casually. Okay, Liquid Nightmare's still churning away up here. What was I... What else did I need from up here? Oh, a ritual altar, right. A ritual. Ritual pedestal. That's what it's called. I'm like, what is this thing? Alright, so let's make a ritual pedestal. That's going to need a starlight bucket. That's going to need, let me hit the thing there, some marble, some rock crystal. Marble pillar. Okay, runed marble. I think that's in storage here. Gold ingot. Why are we low on gold ingots there? Just cook up a bunch of those, would you? So we can use we can also use a tuned rock crystal. I'm just going to use our VCO crystal here because we have stronger ones, and then yeah, this is just like not something I really. The effect is not something I think I care about anyways. All right, so we need 4 pillars. We need 2 chiseled, and we should be good to go here. Get our resonating wand. Alright, that crafted faster than I expected, even though I did accelerate it. Okay, so we have our Avitus crystal, we have our ritual pedestal. Let me go get a pedestal on copy-paste really quick. I don't want to copy the one up there because it's kind of surrounded by some other marble blocks, so I'm just going to come down here and copy this one. Oh yeah, my diesel generator's currently on copy there. All right, let's clear our current template and let's start a new one. I want to copy from here through, can I like put something here that's not a marble? There we go. There we go, area copied, and then we can look at it now and we can see we need, I'm ignoring the grass, so we need 24, 20, 12, and 1. So 24 of the bricks. 20 arches, I believe. 12 regular and 1 chiseled. 1 chiseled, and then 12 regular. And then you get to be engraved, I don't know. Okay, and then, yep, we now have the ingredients to make this platform. Alright, now we go to Aurelia, because I believe that's where you have to summon the Ender Chicken. Let me double check that, 1 second. Actually, we should be able to see it here in-game, maybe? Oh, what is this interface? Okay. Mighty Ender Chicken options. Ender Chicken health, 800. Cool. Where are we looking here? There's like a dimension, right? Oh, specific dimension spawn, yes, 147. Okay, 147 I believe is in fact Aurelia, so does it say what our dimension is somewhere? I think it might on the minimap, but I have that information hidden. Let me go minimap settings, information settings. We can turn dimension on. I don't need what's been on there that I don't actually need. I don't need the day. There we go. Okay, Nova 100. Okay. So let's go to Aurelia. I do have my spacesuit on. All right, yep, dimension 147. Dimension Planet. Wow. What a creative name. Okay, so just in case something goes really awry with this, I don't want to fight the Ender Chicken over here. Let's go make, like, a different place to fight him. Let's go on top of that mountain over there. I also have a Peace Candle, which I'm going to place down. Peace Candle blocks spawns in a certain radius. Because there's kind of just, like, a lot of nonsense happening up here, and I'm not a fan of this nonsense. Just happening all over the place. Okay. Let's put a Peace Candle down, and that's going to stop further spawns, and then let me clean up what's around. Anybody else want a piece of me? I really don't want to be attacked by random things while trying to set up this Ender Chicken. Alright, so this seems like a good a spot as any. I will need to make sure I have a clear view of the sky for this Avitus ritual. So let's go ahead and set that up here. What is... Oh, I need to set the offset here. Hold on. +1 offset. Okay, there we go. And where do you fit? You should fit right there, floating in the air. Alright, get our ritual going, and a Vitus crystal. So that should give regeneration to all monsters and players. But mostly worried about it working on the monsters. Okay, so it looks like the range is only about to here. So we are going to want to build our enclosure here. So let's go ahead and build like an enclosure for it. I'm going to use our drill right here. Let me make it shallow. And then I'm going to use my illumination one. I believe... Wait a second. This is not the one I thought it was. This place is illumination powder. Let me put a bookmark over here. Future Ender Chicken Home. Alright, let's... Oh, yeah, of course I can't do that. I still have my logistic request system set up. Let me go ahead and see if I have the kind of wand I was expecting. Yo, where did you even come from? These guys, like, walking over from, like, 4 chunks away. Not actually. They were just, like, standing over here. And still alive. Alright. Don't need this junk. Alright, Oh, there it goes, okay. I was like, our thing's not working. I think we want this one, the Resonating Wand of Armara? I swear one of these, like... Oh, there it goes. You have to shift-click. Okay, so I did have the correct block, I just didn't have it. I wasn't shift-clicked. Okay, so I'm just going to set these all to illuminated blocks. And I believe that should make them immune to the effects of antimatter. That's the hope, at least. This is kind of a slow process, though. Because I gotta do them all one at a time. And, like, even though sometimes you click on it, it's like a dead click and it doesn't actually do it. Oh, it's not a dead click. It's the one has to charge up. Okay. You can see there's a little starlight bar on my EXP bar. It is also very bright. Alright, almost done with the floor. Alright, there's our floor. Really quickly, gonna pour... Okay, not gonna pour. I was gonna pour, the liquid antimatter, but I didn't actually have the walls protected, so that would have spilled all over the place. That would have been horrible. Alright, scoot these blocks out of the way. I wish there wasn't, like, this pointless cooldown. Both this and the range building one, not range building one, what is this one called? I have it in my inventory. I like the dual formation one. I like them, but, like, they have a pointless charge-up bar on them. And, like, really wish they didn't. Okay. So here we go. Let us put our antimatter down. Maybe I should make a backup just in case something horrible goes wrong. Back up, start. Alright, here we go. Let me wait for the backup to actually finish. I need to pull up the server console so I can see it. There it goes. Okay, it is done. Come back to this window. Alright, here we go. So can't help but notice that turned it to antimatter. But you know what? If I protect the antimatter, what happens? Can I protect the antimatter? I'm not actually sure if the antimatter is protected. Here, let me do a test over here. So if I hit you... Okay, yeah, the antimatter is in fact not protected. Okay, so we're just... The illumination one doesn't even work on this. We're just going to have to be super careful. Let's see if we can just drop a puddle directly in the middle. Okay, that seems to reach the whole thing, but I would like to actually reach the whole little puddle here. Okay, there we go. Let's get this out of our inventory. Now we are going to build a little enclosure for our ender chicken. And this one I will also, once again... let me get some blocks over here. Why don't we use these orange blocks in the sky? Yeah, what are you? Molten obsidian. Oh, no. These have molten obsidian in them. Please don't spill this way. How about... Yeah, there we go. Just go ahead and spill any way but this way. Okay, that should be fine. That should hold it off from spilling in this direction. Okay, I don't really care if it spills down the mountain, that's fine. Okay, let's get some blocks built around the edges and around the top. I forget if the ender chicken can blow blocks up. Looks like I don't even have enough blocks here. Alright, orange cloud, give me some more blocks. Oh, thank you, molten obsidian. I definitely want it to be set on fire. Alright, let me get my formation one now. Formation one's like, hey, I heard you've been talking crap. Man, doing anything on this planet with the high gravity is very annoying. Alright, so we are just going to kind of put a platform over the top. Need more bricks again. We're going to take from this cloud this time. This should be the last set of blocks I need. Where did you spawn from? Where's my peace candle? My peace candle's there. How did that thing spawn? I'm so confused. Alright, let me claim chunks. I'm going to go ahead and claim these chunks just all around here, and I'm also going to chunk load them because we might have this running while we are away. Let me finish building the cage here. Alright, so now as far as actually spawning the Ender Chicken, I don't know if we have to spawn him directly in here, or if we are going to be able to spawn him somewhere else. But let me go ahead and... Oh gosh, I don't think we can illuminate these blocks. Okay, well, if we end up needing to illuminate these blocks because the Ender Chicken blows them up, oh well, we will. We can just rebuild this. It's not the end of the world. So my plan is to throw the Ender Chickens in here. I don't have the actual summoning altar, huh? Actually, I don't. Hang on, I don't need to do that, except I might need a bookshelf. I don't know if I have a bookshelf in storage. Let's take a look for bookshelf. Get my remote order shelf. Nope, no bookshelf. We go home. Bookshelf. And of course it would not be like an easy recipe to do either, like in a regular crafting table. Oh yeah, and we're also out of assembler slots. I've just started putting stuff in our single block circuit setter. Bookshelf. We need arcane ashes, and then we need low covalence dust. And then I need to get rid of some junk in my inventory here. That can go away. Okay. So we do arcane ash. We do low covalence dust. Bookshelf. Whip. And that should give us our summoning altar. I would like to see if you can catch the Ender Chicken in a mob orb. And I also have imprison. There we go. I have some imprisonment tools that I could use as well. See if it works on either of those. Alright, Aurelia. Let's go back. And we are to the south. There we can see the fruits of our labor breaking that molten obsidian. Alright. Summoning altar. I guess I'm gonna, like, put it in this hole and hope nothing bad happens. Is this a good idea? I don't know. Do you drop Okay, you do not drop items in here. You have to use them. Okay, so our items were the worm, the quantum eye, and the shifting star. And then the dragon egg is the catalyst. Okay. Worm, quantum eye, egg, devil dust. I guess it's taking all of my items. Give me my stuff back. I think it didn't like that. I put like stacks of stuff in there. So egg, quantum eye, shifting star, devil dust, one dragon egg. Oh, there we go. Oh, hi. They did not spawn where I thought. Oh, jeez. They're firing their laser. Okay, so morbs don't work on them. Yep, immune to morb. Let's try the imprisonment tool. Nope, that doesn't work either. Alright, so I'm basically gonna have to trap them in there. Can you go in there, please? Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm already getting some antimatter. Cool. Let me put the volume down here temporarily. Okay. They don't seem to be breaking blocks. Oh, they are breaking blocks. Okay. Can I... Whoa. So the guy that's in there, he's just, like, stuck. Or, wait, no, he seems to be free, actually. Can you, like, go back in there? This is pure chaos right now. Okay, so my enclosure does not seem to be leak-proof here. They seem to be escaping. So I'm not sure how to make it so that they are not escaping, or maybe they're only escaping because they can see me and they're upset with me. Also, the antimatter has kind of gone a little out of control here. Yeah, this doesn't look good here, actually. We are going down, down, down. Do I have my magnet on me? Let me get my magnet so I can pick up what antimatter they are dropping, at least. Yeah, I think you're... Buddy, I think you're about to fall out of the world. This doesn't look good for you. Because we're inside the antimatter, and we are just, like, non-stop falling here. I am getting neutrons, though. Like, they are dropping neutrons. Oh. Sorry, where did you put me? Where is the antimatter? Where was I? I would like to get back to where I was. Oh, hello. Here we go. We're back in the antimatter chamber. Alright, so that chicken over there is dead. Oh, that's a lot of experience, bro. Thank you. So yeah, I'm just like observing this happening. I am just observing this happening. I feel like I have no control over this. And we're about to be at the bottom of the map. Okay, we fly now. Alright, well... That definitely happened. I guess the Ender Chicken cannot fall out of the ground, out of the void or something? He's just, like, chilling down there. That might actually work to our advantage. Is he still dropping drops is the question. Is there a place I can land over here? Yes, okay. This is chaos. Please don't fall into the void. Okay, thank you. Okay. So I am close to the edge of the void now. Where are the Ender Chickens, though? They're not here anymore. Where did they go? They're, like, nowhere to be seen? I'm really confused. Okay, well, we need to figure something else out here, because they just, like, escaped. They just escaped my enclosure, and then that was very not fun. I could try a different kind of block. They might not be able to break through, what would it be called? They might not be able to break through, like, quartz glass, so we can try quartz glass as well. Okay, let me rebuild the platform up here. We did get 300 piles of neutrons, but these are basically nuggets of nuggets, so we're gonna need, like, a lot of these. formation wand. Please give me a regular cobblestone on my formation wand, and I'm just going to fill this up with cobblestone like I had it. To do that, I'm going to actually need some cobblestone, though. Alright, let's have the inventory not be chronically full. Alright, so should be able to just walk around here and fill this puddle in with cobblestone. I can't really see what I'm doing under the antimatter. Why don't I just pick it up? Okay, yeah. Whoa, hi. I didn't realize there was a hole right here. Yeah, so all of that was flowing antimatter, so that doesn't actually stay. But yeah, the illumination block not making the antimatter be solid is kind of a problem. Because I don't know how to, like, keep him contained in the antimatter while he's doing his shenanigans. Sir? I thought you fell into the void. Okay, well, I'm just gonna pretend I don't see that at the moment. Let me delete this, and we're gonna replace it with cobblestone, because cobblestone, I think, should at least be... We can at least make it illuminated, and then maybe they won't be able to escape, or at least they won't be able to cut a hole up. Oh, geez, this is all antimatter, so if I break any blocks here, these are all gonna cascade break. Okay, well, what I want is basically... Let's make, like, a taller thing, and then I'll just summon them and drop them in there, basically. And then I'll hope that they don't break through the bottom again. I don't know if they actually broke through the bottom, or they just, like, broke through the blocks around the bottom. Don't break it, don't break it, don't break it. Can I dolly these blocks? Nope. I could probably cardboard box them. Okay, so let's move our summoning altar to the middle. Okay, that seems fine. Let me build up like 2 blocks. I really want to get rid of this antimatter here. Let me get cardboard boxes. I have them. Alright, and then I'm just going to move the cardboard box somewhere else and then break the antimatter. Any other antimatters I want to move? That one. And probably that one. Okay, so got rid of the antimatters I really didn't want there. Let me go ahead and... Oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to build it up like 3 blocks. Okay, so this should be when the chicken spawns in. He's not going to fly out, or so I hope. I'm still half expecting for the ender chicken to just break out the bottom, but like I don't know if there's any fluid that can contain antimatter without breaking. So kind of just gonna have to like deal with it, I guess, right? Sir, I am not ready to battle you. And I am out of stone, so I need to go back in my hole and get some over here. Can I'm just going to, I'm just gonna, like, kill this guy. Doesn't help that he's also getting the regeneration effect from Avitus over here, but right now it's just not really working in our favor. It will be soon, though. Alright. Thank you for perishing. Right, I need cobblestone. Where did I go underground before? Feel like I made a hole somewhere. Was it over this way? Ah, here it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and dig up some more cobblestone. Alright. Alright, and this I am going to now illuminate with the illumination one. I'm just going to do this one off camera because it takes forever, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I have built my little illuminated chamber here with the antimatter in the bottom. I'm going to be right back while I make another altar. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm going to try to summon just all the ender chickens at the same time and just hope that they stay contained. And I should also get something to pick up the drops, so if they are staying contained safely, I can just, you know, let the thing get the drops and then I don't have to worry about it. But I'm not necessarily counting on them staying contained. Alright, let me see. So these... Let me put some stuff home. These mob imprisonment orbs did not work. We don't need low covalence dust. We don't need this much cobblestone. Alright. Let's get a collector and then a barrel, I guess, probably is fine. Barrel with a capacity upgrade. Alright, let's put our... Sorry, where's my item collector? Like, I'm very sure I requested that, right? Okay, I don't know where, like, the first three went, but, finally got the item collector I requested. Oh, I bet I might know what's wrong. I bet I put something next to the, controller or the, requester, and it's, like, sending it to the wrong inventory. Alright, so let's put you at maximum range. I'm going to give you 1 neutron. Yoink. Well, that was a stack, but sure. Can you just take, like, 1, though? Oh, I see why it's not letting me take 1. It's because that bag was restocking my hotbar. There we go. Okay, and then your max range. So when I summon the chicken in here, it should, in theory, just, like, start generating, antimatter. Whoa. What is going on here? Okay, anyways, let me get this 1 block of antimatter out of here. Oh, shoot. It's because it's, it was surrounded with liquid antimatter. Alright. Get that out of there. Stick it up here and break it. Alright, so I do need, like, a block in the air to float the altar on. Be very careful breaking that block so I didn't break everything else. Alright, so let me try again to summon this guy with stack of stuff in the altar. I don't know if you specifically need to have only 1 item in there. It doesn't let me put another shifting star. Let me... Is this the spot where the altar is safe? I don't want the antimatter to come up and destroy it again. Hold on, let me make sure I'm in the correct tile one more time. Okay, so this is the tile I want to be in. Let me put a cobblestone above. Actually, here, why don't I just build the altar like that from the ceiling instead? Alright, so put all of this stuff in here, put the worm in there, and then attempt to summon it, I guess? And then just hope it doesn't see me. Or maybe I can just have it see me, but it's gonna be like firing lasers at the ceiling, so it can't touch me. Alright, eggs, please. Altar is busy, okay. Okay, that's all I'm... you are not where I wanted you to be. Can you, like, go in my little cage here? Okay, I think the safest way to go about this is to try to get them to drop down in my, room here. Let me unilluminate some of them so I can make the hole a little bigger. Alright. Oh, great. They have broken in from the side again. Alright, well, somebody's in there, and somebody's making antimatter, so... Maybe I just, like, chill here. If this is, like, some kind of equilibrium I can stand in and continue getting my nuggets. Yeah. I don't know how to do this more effectively. So I'm just gonna stay here and pray that this remains stable. Can I summon more, though? I mean, we're getting some. 9 stacks to make 1 stack of ingots. Glad they can't really hurt me either. So they don't seem to be, breaking through the floor. The floor is still intact, so... I think it's because they're shooting their laser up at me instead of down at the floor. Okay, thank you for kicking me into the stratosphere. I mean, we're getting neutrons, to be honest. If this is working, I'm just gonna, like, chill out here and collect my neutrons semi-safely. Let's see how long this setup takes to break. Alright, I'm gonna be back in a little bit. Just gonna be farming off camera, maybe even Alt-Tab if it seems safe enough to do so. Okay, well, quick update. I've done the math. We need, 14,000 neutrons. Yep, they might be here for a while. Kind of tempted to, like, try to corral them more into the antimatter over here. Because if I can just get them to stand in there, I think we'll be generating more antimatter more quickly. Where's the other ones? 2 of them, 3 of them are, like, just lost. It looks like I only have 1 in the... Actually, if I'm seeing this correctly, I believe those are antimatter. Not antimatter, those are neutron piles that's falling off of those guys. Yeah, every time one of those appear, I'm getting the tick of item pickup. So both of the guys that are over here are, in fact, giving me loot. So to be honest, the system is stable. I might just, like, go walk away for a little while and let them pile up. going to take a while, but it will get done soon. I mean, soon. We're at 1,000, so we're like just over 10% done. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna mute my game. And I'll be back, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I was AFK a little bit, and the Ender Chickens have designed or developed a new strategy where they destroy my antimatter, which I definitely didn't expect. So I'm trying to put it back over here so that I can continue getting my nuggets from them. There we go. Is that working? It's working on this guy over here. Where'd the other guy go? Can't really see him, but I mean, it's working for this guy. I'm just gonna stay still and hopefully it continues working, to be honest. Because this is gonna be a pain to set back up. So yeah, it looks like it's working much slower though. Anyways, I'll be back in a little bit. I might even I might go get some more spawn items and try to spawn in more. I'll see. Status check-in. Things are going well. We are still getting our nuggets. We are at just 1,000 in there for 8,000 in our inventory. So we're at 9,000 nuggets already. I guess this configuration is holding stable enough to at least farm this up. So that's good at least. Probably just gonna leave this running for a while because the least times I have to set this up, i.e., preferably never again, the better. So hopefully this gives us enough neutronium to make our infinity chicken and then be done with this forever. So I'll be back again once we hopefully have what we need from this. Alright, I'm back. I was probably gone like maybe an hour or two. But yeah, it looks like we got everything we needed. We got almost 16,000 in our inventory, and we have 1,000 here. It looks like they escaped somewhere at some point. Not really sure to where. They're not on the mini-map. But yeah, the antimatter's not here anymore. And the chickens are also not here anymore. So at some point they escaped their confinement, but I did get all of the stuff I needed before then, so that's pretty cool. Alright, got all of our neutrons from our barrel. They must be, like, down in the ground somewhere. But, yeah, I'm not going to worry about them. Let me pick up this antimatter whoops, just to take home so that it doesn't cause whatever other chaos it's going to cause. Oop, I broke a block. Let's watch the cascade here. Also, I can turn my sound back on. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I would just assume they're down there somewhere. I see some kind of particles. Oh, maybe that was just the sun going that we can see, like, just like in real life when you have a hole so deep that you can see space through it on the other side, or you know how they said when you were kids, like, you'll dig a hole so deep you'll come out in China or whatever. Anyways, okay, that is done, thankfully, and it wasn't too bad. I only had to set it up twice, so alright, let's go to /home. Alright, so the next step is processing these, and we need to use something called an implosion compressor. Implosion? Yeah, I totally spelled that right. So there's the electric implosion compressor, but as far as I can see, it doesn't allow parallel hatches. Like, you can't put parallel hatches, and it still needs TNT to do the recipes, so I don't know why you would make this. Like, all the recipes it uses here still use TNT, right? So why would you want that? Yeah, so we're just gonna go with this one. The regular one. Wow, amazing. We made a new multi-block. And then that just uses steel casings We need a input bus. Let me use a stocking input bus. Not a stocking, a ME input bus. And then an output bus. Not LUV. ME output bus. And then another input bus because I just turned my input bus into the output bus. And then I think that's all we need, right? Oh, and energy hatch, of course. I didn't take the input bus. Energy hatch. This isn't going to be able to overclock that much because it's a cheap recipe, so let me just take like an IV. Where did my hot bar just go? Did I just put it in my system? Okay. Okay, I thought I like deleted it somehow or something. I was like, oh no, what happened? Um, 1 second while I track down the items that were just in my hotbar. I guess that's one benefit about recording your footage is that you can pull it up and look at it if you need to. Let's see here. Okay, looks like the only thing I lost was the the solid steel machine casings? Wait, where did they go? I swear I had them in my inventory. Guess let me make some more, and my jackhammer also. That's not lost at least. This does use solid steel machine casings, right? Sure does. Okay, solid steel machine casings. I didn't need that many, but oh well. And my ME buses as well. Input bus, output bus, and yeah, this is good to go, I think. And a flux point. Alright. I'll just rename that when I build it. Where am I going to build it? Could just like build it like back here maybe. I don't know. Over here? Why not? Just like right here. Sure. We have cables with channels right next door. Put my power plug right there. You're going to be implosion. Not to be confused with explosion. If you know, you know. Anyways. Believe the inside is hollow. And we need a muffler. That's right. I remember in, not Buff, Muff, in, Greg Tech New Horizons, this block would, like, absolutely, destroy your ecosystem. Because it would cause all sorts of pollution. Next time I play that, I'm probably going to turn off pollution. I'd like to not have to worry about it. Alright, so for input bus, we're just going to stock TNT. All the TNT. Like 2,000 TNT, sure. I'm getting some errors in my server console when I'm putting stuff in here. Hopefully it's not a problem. And then neutronium piles. Just gonna stock over 9,000 of those. But we don't actually have any to stock, so I'm going to come down here and take that out. Put the rest of this to deposit, swap my memory card here. Alright, there it goes. That should just be basically going straight into our main storage. I forgot to mention, but I upgraded the parallel hatches now here. These now use ultimate parallel hatches, which go up to 64 parallels, which is pretty nice. So watch these orange blocks just disappear before your eyes. Yeah, they're gone. They turned into whatever orange blocks turned into. Oh, I still have a stack in my inventory. Whoops. Some indium and black crystal shards, huh? Alright, you go back in there. There you go. Gone. Bye. Okay. So now our implosion compressor should be good to go, right? Unless it's already done. Oh. Oh, that was fast. I guess it did all of them while I was downstairs, huh? Just to double check. There's no, like, quest for these, right? No quest for these. Is there a use for these? Creative capacitor, we already have that. Endless pearl, we don't care about that. Okay. in go the nuggets then. Yeah, look how fast it just obliterates our TNT. It's doing one tick recipes, so yeah, let's put more nuggets in here. Oh, wow, we ran out of TNT, huh? We only have 67 neutronium. That's not as many as I thought we should have. We still have a pretty good amount of nuggets to crush through. All right, TNT, let's go. Let's craft like 2,000 of that. It's just mostly gonna be heavy on sulfuric acid. How's our sulfuric acid supply down here? Well, we just obliterated it, so that's how it is. I wonder, should I put sulfuric acid down here in our egg LCR instead? Because that would be crazy to put down here. I think that's going to be the play, actually. Where's sulfuric acid? Sulfuric acid is an item, so, sulfuric. Whoop. Sulfuric. Not sulfuric. Sulfuric. Alright, let's, how big is the hatch over there again? Wait, that doesn't have an input hatch on it. Yeah, the energy hatch is here in the back. I don't know if that energy hatch can even support that. Here, I'm gonna do the good old sneak a block into the middle of the multi-block play here. We're just gonna do a input hatch. I'll do a quad input hatch just in case I do some other recipes down here. Let me get my phantom linker. Where is it? Here it is. Phantom connector. We need a phantom liquid face. Okay, so now this multi-block can accept liquids. Because it can push the liquids into there. And it only outputs liquids, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay. Cooper nickel coil goes back in there and close that up, and these should be structure formed. Okay, cool. So now we should be able to make sulfuric acid down here. What kind of input bus did this have again? EV input bus? Okay, has plenty of room. Let's just... We put a quad input hatch in there. That can hold 32 buckets. Okay, so let's just scale it up to hold 32 buckets of input. Where did I put the recipe? Oh, it's in my inventory. Duh. Alright, okay, that's already scaled up to 32 then. Right then, egg. I guess I don't have it visible on the interface terminal. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna invisible that just in case I want it. And then I'm also going to, IV energy hatch. I'm going to set these hatches up properly over here because I don't think it's going to work properly if I have it how I had it. Oh yeah, and then got to use cables first. Stellar alloy. Okay, so that should be good to go. Alright, now when we are low on sulfuric acid, this will craft it quadruple the speed. So let's try some TNT again. I could also put TNT down here. TNT. Yeah, I really could put the TNT down here. Because it's going to be able to do it 4 times faster with it being a parallelized recipe and all. Let's just do that. Man, that's going to be so much better. So TNT. Let me parallelize you. We can do up to 32 buckets of sulfuric acid input. What did I not make the interface visible? I thought I made it visible. Egg. I thought I searched for egg and I didn't find it. Oh well. Okay, let's we can calculate how many TNTs we need. So we have 1081 nuggets. So calc 1081 divided by 9 is 120. So how many do these use? A stack. Oh. Times 64. 7,000, about 7,700. Okay. TNT. Oh, this would actually explain why it's not showing up on the terminal here. It's not freaking plugged in. Was somebody gonna tell me that? All right. And then sulfuric acid should go crazy. Let's request some sulfuric acid first. I'm curious, like, just how fast that runs now. I need to take my view cell out. Let's like request 1,000 buckets of sulfuric acid. Oh, we don't have enough water. Interesting. How about 900 buckets? Doesn't really seem to be doing anything there. Okay, it's scheduled, but it's not. Oh, the problem is this is wrenched. Okay, hold on one second. We need to unwrench this. There we go. Now it should know how to put the stuff into the thing, but it still doesn't. Do not prevent spinning. There we go. Alright, there it goes. Look at how fast that does sulfuric acid, except that's not what it's making, I don't think. No, it is making sulfuric acid. Looks like I should give it some more juice here because it's still not able to go maximum speed even with these hatches. Oh, you know what? I didn't give it the correct number of hatches here. That's probably contributing to why it's not working properly. So would 3 hatches be enough? Maybe it is if we give it a 16 amp hatch. Let's go. I mean, now it's certainly going faster, but I don't feel like it's running at the speed it should be running here. Okay. I'm gonna step away for a minute, and then I'll be back to sort this out. Let me just see if I can request the TNT, though. 7,700. Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and request that. Okay, there it goes. Alright, I'll be back. Ah, yes. Minor oversight that I forgot to check before I left. I don't have input or output hatches. Not hatches, buses on here. Whoopsie. Let's make some ME output buses really quick. I could make regular as well, but at this point I might as well make the ME ones. We have the channels down here. We have... I mean, I would have to, like, pipe the items around if it's a regular one. You know how it is. And some smart cables as well. Smart. Go. Alright, there we go. So, let's see how fast we can craft TNT. I think we're having some power issues here because they're not, like, running as much as they should be. Let me just install 4 amp IVs on them. Here, let me see if I can stop them without... ruining everything. Here we go. Probably if I just break that. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let me take that one out, and then we're gonna put these two in instead. Put that back, and then I need some more stellar. So with this, each multi-block will have exactly 2 energy hatches, and that should work properly now. Okay. Reconnect and do your thing. This should now be, like, not flickering like crazy. There we go. That's a little bit more in line with what I expect, like 2 or 3 of them, like, running non-stop. Now we can actually watch to see how fast it's running. I mean, yeah, pretty nice and quick. Really, really quickly churning through those TNTs. Let's go check on our neutronium now. I mean, we didn't really run that much, so I guess not really much to expect. What am I processing over here again? Oh, right, I was processing trinium over here. Because I was like, hey, trinium is actually not something we have a ton of, so I'm just running this basically only for the trinium. And yeah, that's, how much trinium are we at? 4,000? Good lord. I'm like, we can probably stop. But I don't want to. Yeah, we'll leave it going. I'll leave it going overnight at least for one night, and then I'll stop it tomorrow. Oh, and our plasma is not very happy over here. We're about to be out of the ability to generate power, kind of. We definitely need to sort something out. I wonder, can I put a... This is gonna be silly. Can I put a mechanical user down here? Hello, mechanical user, sir. Would you like to go into the correct orientation? There we go. Can you use time in a bottle? Oh my god, it works. Um, is this a wise use of my time in a bottle, though? It does still, like, use the time in it, right? Let's see, it's at 51 minutes and 57 seconds. So that cost 16 minutes. Okay, I'm not gonna like leave that overnight because it's probably gonna waste all of it, but I will leave it in there for a few. I'll take it out. I'll probably leave it in there and then turn it off sometime after I finish recording. Alright, but looks like our TNT should be finished, so that means our neutronium should be finished. How did we do? Yep, no more neutronium left. Honestly, I can just keep those items in that input bus. We don't need them in our storage. Neutronium. Very nice. Look at this. 219 ingots. Do not turn them back into stuff, please. Thank you. Okay, this is going to be kind of a little bit annoying to make. Alchemical advanced construct. This needs primordial pearls, and we're going to need... How many of these do we need? We need to make 4 blocks of infinity to be able to make a infinity chicken. So we're going to need to make 9 of these. Okay, let's get some primordial pearls. Or rather... Okay, the episode's going long enough. I just took a look at it at the time. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. Infinity Catalyst. Let's go ahead and put a pause on this. I will go ahead and probably put this stuff together between episodes and probably go ahead and actually make this compact machine recipe a few times just between episodes, because it's going to be it's just going to be me building this shape 5 times. So or you know what, I'll probably do the copy paste gadget. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Next time we will be looks like potentially getting to infinity ingots. Yeah, I think we have all the stuff we need for all this. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.